So, I, um, I waited 2 years for a doctor to refer me to a proper pain doctor. And then I waited 8 months to get into that appointment. And they kept sending me letters in the mail over that course of the 8 months, telling me that there's not enough evidence or information to warrant needing that appointment. So I needed to keep sending them old medical records, and so I scrambled and got them as many as I could from my past to show how long I've been dealing with losing organs out of my body. And I just don't understand how you can watch someone deteriorate right in front of you and just become a shell of the person that they once were, just because they're in pain and they're sick. I mean, we torture as human beings animals and lab mice and rats and things, testing them, trying to find new drugs and ways to cure our own bodies. When those animals don't speak, they don't have anything to say. They can't look at you and tell you that it hurts here every day, or it hurts there every day, or every time you feed me this, I feel like this. They can't say those things. All we can do is just run tests on them and observe them. But here, I am, a verbally speaking, educated, intelligent woman, saying for 2 decades to all of these other people what's wrong with me. And they dismiss me like I am inventing it for some kind of twisted form of, I'm not sure, attention. I will never understand why people's minds go to that area first when they see a young, sick person. I will never understand that. But I heard from her, I'm too young to be in that much pain. I shouldn't be that sick. Oh, I should just go swimming, and water therapy will help me. I mean, for the love of God, I am losing my organ. You know, I suffered for 7 years with an infected uterus and ovary after giving birth to my last child, and that's where it all started. And once they took those diseased organs out by the pieces because they fell apart, I thought I was all better. But I had a very weak gallbladder because it was full of stones, and I guess it was susceptible because of my infection, and then it just worked its way in there. And I lived with pain that it felt like somebody was sawing me in half, and there was something inside of me that was trying to push its way through my ribs every day for 4 years. And when that organ finally blew up in my body, I almost lost my life again. And here I am, after spending 7 months in the hospital in 2012 from a simple kidney stone and an infection. And it's all over again. There's stone in there that won't leave. They think, oh, it's harmless, it's not hurting anything. But I can't get rid of this infection, and what kind of person has to take antibiotics for a whole year? And I'm sicker now than I was a year ago. It's not helping. I can go to these doctors and tell them to study me. They could learn so much about this disease just from my body. But instead of studying me to help other people, they just look at me and say, how much money do you have? And then we'll help you. But you have to have money. So to think that I would waste my life and my time and my money on doctors because I don't have anything else better to do is one of the craziest things I've ever heard. And I can tell them every day if they studied me what's going on with me, but human beings are dismissing each other, but we don't mind having caged animals being tortured who can't speak. They can't stand up for themselves, but I'm right here saying, use me, look at me, study me, find out how to help other people. And yeah, maybe, it'd be nice if you could help save me at the same time. The system is a lie, and that's why they don't study us. That's why there's not a lot of money there, and they're not encouraged. And that's why it's so hard to find these studies, and the only studies that you do come across are drug studies from the pharmaceutical companies. They want to test a new drug, so they want to go and find vulnerable, sick people who are desperate for a cure and use their shit on them. It is beyond insane. The only reason that I talk about all of this, and the only reason I share all of this information that people seem to think, I guess, is just too ugly or too much information, well, get over it. Because this is real life, not the crap that you see on TV or the entertaining little cat videos that we post every day on Facebook. They're great and wonderful, but it's not life. It's not reality. It's not going to change anything. What changes is for us to talk about it. And I'm here to tell people that the system is not just flawed, that it is inherently evil and broken. And it needs to be done away with. We don't need doctors. We don't need poisonous medications. There's a natural way to heal everything. And I've learned. And talking to the doctor yesterday in the ER, brilliant man, spent an hour with me. I mean, every once in a while, God will send someone along to remind me of just how right I am. And that even though I'm suffering and I'm begging for relief, that I'm not alone, and that it's not going to be forever, and he'll send me somebody who is highly educated and who I have been sort of trained to be scared of, which is a doctor. And this person will sit down and speak with me on a level just like anybody else, and they are highly educated, and they are sitting there surprised at everything I'm saying and at my mind, and that they've been a doctor for 20 years and fellowships and schools and interns and specialty practices. He's an internal medicine doctor, and I impressed him. I educated him on lots of things, and that's what gives me hope, are doctors like him who, even though he couldn't solve any of my problems except that current one, which was just please stop my pain, he did that for me. And last night I slept. I slept for 7 hours straight without waking up, with blinding pain, and it was wonderful. And even though it's over with, and I'm about to go see my kidney specialist for the second time, he has a lot of power over me right now, and I need him to get me into somebody who can treat my pain properly so I can live. I need them to believe me about my organ involvement, and I need them to be willing to go in and look. I need them to look in my kidney. Because all of my other organs never showed up on blood tests or scans or anything. It wasn't until I was on my deathbed in ICU with a rupturing organ, fighting for my life, that they're like, oh my God, your organ is blown up. So the idea of facing another ordeal like that has me terrified, because of all of the things that God leads me to and speaks to me about and guides me and shows me and educates me, because I won't stop looking for answers. One of the answers I don't have is what's going to happen to this kidney, you know? I mean, I'm willing to let go of it. I was willing to let go of it 3 years ago when I was in the hospital for 7 months. I begged them to take it out, but they wouldn't. So, I don't know if I'm going to lose it or if I'm going to repair it, if it's possible, if the phage therapy will help. I have no idea. All I know is I'm going to try. I'm just going to try. But I will say that the little ER center that I went to for the 3rd time, it's owned by doctors. The doctors that run it are the ones that own it. And I guess that's maybe why it's so much nicer. Because he made all the decisions and he treated me very well. And they even gave me a teddy bear. Which helps a lot. That's them though. I guess it's backwards, but it says Neighbors Emergency Center. And I have never endorsed or spoken highly of any hospital. If I did, it was a person, and it was temporary or short-lived, because they're all pretty awful. But these people are pretty great. Except one female doctor, and thank God I don't ever have to see her again. Just thank you for everybody that thinks about me and that contacts me and encourages me and prays for me and cares that what's happening to me, and that you think positive, kind things about me rather than seeing any of my suffering and thinking that, you know, I'm a crybaby, or I'm here whining or complaining or using things to get sick, or I want to be sick, or I want to stay sick. I mean, that's the majority of people. So I'm grateful to every single one of you who doesn't do that to me, because I've had too much of that. Way too much. I'm a sick girl with a big brain and a lot of free time to read, and I love to learn, and I've got a mouth and a gift with words, and I'm gonna keep talking until I can't talk anymore. My brain, it works just fine. And I'll use it to change the world. Anybody that wants to come and join up with me and help me, my door is open. I need you. We all need each other. Life is meaningless without loving each other. And I cannot enjoy my life when I know that there is suffering that I can help ease. I'm not capable of doing that. That's why I'm always rushing to someone's aid. Doesn't matter what it is. And I'm so grateful for that kind of a heart. I never dreamed that the dream that I've had of having my own charity would have started with me. I didn't plan it that way. Isn't that funny? I never thought it would happen like this. I thought I would work hard and, build something for someone else. And I've been writing small grant letters for other people. For first one I wrote, I think, was in 2001, maybe. But I guess, just the idea of having a future to look forward to with my own charity, where I get to see real change happen in people's lives every day, and then they go on to change someone else's life, and then so on and so on, and we have this beautiful chain reaction of people growing and teaching and loving and learning instead of judging and kicking people while they're down. I will never understand how people can do that. But I have learned that normal people don't go around destroying other people's lives or trying to. They try to help. God is with me. The room is not empty. I am not alone. And it is my turn to be delivered. Peace.